the channel. Today we're going to be talking about mid-icon trading and flipping. I put together this guide for Xbox users, kind of specifically, but it will work for PlayStation users. You have to adjust your prices. So I will be referring over here to my other screen for guide that I put together. So basically, we'll just get started. The first rule of any kind of trading, even icons, whether it's like, I mean, it goes from gold, silver, anything that you're trading. Don't panic. Like, you see, every time we get a promo, people like panic sell stuff that really shouldn't panic. They should panic sell. Then we get good deals on it. Then people go to buy it back, and they're probably paying double what they sold it. Who knows? But anyway, be confident in your ability to flip. Start out with one icon. So pick an icon. So for me, like one of the first ones I started out with was JJ Coach. So so click on him, go, and we look at his hourly graph. Don't look at the daily, just go to, so I'm going to Thursday. So I actually have both PlayStation and Xbox on here. So you see he was at 180 at one point. He went down to 155. Then he went like right back up to 180 on Xbox. So that right there, like right here is the time. So any of these dips, like 160, 155. So those are the times you want to buy and figure out when he gets high. So let's go to yesterday, which is Friday. So basically, he peaked at that'd be, I guess, 2 a.m. UK time, be like 10 o'clock or something. But then he dips back down again, goes all the way back down to 165, up to 199, back down. This is what you want to see for. I'm going to take the PlayStation off for a second. This is what you want to see. You want to be bidding, buying in these low points, and then selling these high points. And see, he goes back down and basically tails off again. And let's see what he's done today. Take the PS off. Today, he's not really done a lot. He kept he's gone back down to 156, but then he went back up to 169. Not much profit in it because um, you have to remember tax, and we'll get to that in a second. But the other thing, like when you're doing icons, don't get caught in a bidding war. Like I understand that like you want to make profit, and trust me, I want to make profit too. But I set a goal in mind when I see a card that I think is low. I think, okay, I want to bid. So let's say it's 160, and I'm not going over 170. If it gets to 170 and I don't get it, go on to the next icon. Don't worry about it. It'll work out eventually. Set a limit, stick to it. Like I said, I've taken some losses on a couple of icons. I bought at the wrong time, um, or I bought when I thought I could get it, to go for a little bit more. It didn't work out that way. I had to sell it for a loss. Hey, win some, you lose some. Take your losses, move on, go to the next card. And this is be careful during weekend league sell-off because you're gonna think that a icon might be low. But he's gonna continue to drop. People are gonna continue to undercut. Let's say you think let's say you think 156 is good for this card. So you go looking today after, let's say, after 6 p.m. UK time, you looking for Kocha and you find him for 156. You're like, oh, okay, yeah. So that's his lowest point today. Now he's going to continue. Anybody that's using him in weekend league is going to continue to sell off. So somebody that sees this 156, they're going to come here to Footbin. Okay, so 165 is his lowest. They're going to go, you know what? I want to get rid of this card. They're going to list it. Maybe they go under that. They go, if they're smart, they come down here and look at this 56. They're going to, you know what? I want to sell it. I'm going to drop it to 153. So you bought the 156. Somebody listed 153. Somebody bought that, relisted it. You relist, try to relist. It's just not going to work out. So the best time to do icons is like basically during the week. So like you can look like Sunday night after squad battle rewards all the way through the week. The best time to sell them generally is on like Wednesday night into Thursday and into Friday for weekend league. That's the best time, but you can flip anytime. I do some icon trading during the week. I just kind of look around and see what looks low and what's not. So that's one of the ones. So pick an icon, pick maybe 3 or 4, 5 that you feel comfortable with. Study their prices. That's the other thing. Study the prices. You cannot just go buy an icon and expect to flip. You have to understand their prices and understand where they're selling at, and when they get rare. That's the other thing. So um, they get really rare overnight, and I'll go into that here in a second. So next thing important about icon trading: do not forget the tax. So let's say a card is 100,000. Say you get a card for 100,000 coins. In order to break even that card, you have to list it for 210K because every card has a 5% tax on it. So basically, for every 10K, add 500 coins to the tax. So an example: $110,000 card, tax is 550. 120K card is 6,000 coins. So on. So you have to adjust that accordingly. Figure out. And basically, one of the things I do is if I think an icon is a deal, I get, and I have to do this because I can't do the quick math in my head sometimes. Get a calculator out. So if you bid, say you think you can win a card for uh take a coach, and let's say you get 160K. Get your calculator out, figure out, get that card for 160K. What's the minimum you have to flip it, break even, and then see if you can list it for something that he's a range that he sells at you to make profit. My average goal to make profit is 5 to 10K on some of these lower middle icons. Once you start getting up over like 300 to 400K, then you should start looking into 15K, and then over that 15 to 20K, because your tax gets higher the higher tier cards that you trade. So, you know, like I said, so basically add the tax to what you're bidding on. So for the 110K card, you buy it, it's 116K roughly. Gonna make a decent profit on the card. The card we need to sell for at least 120K, yielding a profit. That's okay. And especially if you're new, if you're just starting out, that's fine. Start with smaller profits. Work your way up. I've gotten some. There's been some cards that I've traded with that I've made 8 to 10K profit. There's cards that I trade with I make 3K profit. I don't look at like, oh darn, I only made 3K on that one. Hey, made 3K. Let's go to the next one. 4K. Go to the next one. Just keep excuse me, keep doing it, and you'll get used to it. And go to another. Trying to think another one. You know what? Another one that really has done me pretty well is Frank Lampard's middle card. So basically, that kind of carries us into the next point. Look for usable icons and icons that have decent skills, at least 3-star weak foot and over. Look for icons that have significant daily fluctuations. So let's go to his graph. So today he's had a little bit. He went down quite a bit, like way down, like 30, 31K, and now he's back up. Like that was a right here was a perfect time to buy. If you could get in, somebody might have undercut because right now it's saying he's going for 280. So yeah, so he was literally 285 down to 254, back up to 280. So if you could have gotten in here, gotten a deal, that would have been a perfect time to flip this card, and you're going to make probably 10K profit. Let's go to yesterday. Yeah, see, yesterday he has these are fluctuations that you look at. There's buy times in here. Maybe that 269, 264, definitely the 265 there. So you kind of want to draw a line across the bottom, and that's right where you want to bid. So there was about 3 different points here where you could have bought yesterday, and then there's one selling point there, and then today he was basically, so let's go to the end of yesterday. He was 75. So he dropped a little bit, but then obviously there's that sell point at 285, back up to 280. Look for the fluctuations. Um, let's go back here real quick. So basically, you can sort these icons I sort them by lowest to highest price. But you could also do it by, in-game stats. So let's sort that real quick. So that's low high. We want high to low. So yeah, so you can sort this, and it'll show you all the icons based on how often they're used in games. And a lot of these, you know, like Frank Lampard's one of the most used. I mean, he's probably in the top 20 used middle icons. So it's a perfect card to trade with. Um, and in the guide that I have, I screenshotted some graphs from different players, and circled like what would be considered buy times, and then I put a graph in there that necessarily isn't really like it's not really worth trading. If a graph is basically just stagnant, and I don't know if we can find Lampard here, see if he has any stagnant times or not. Yeah, so this right here, the Thursday, it was kind of stagnant. I mean, he doesn't really go up a whole lot. I mean, he does go from 260 to 290, but it's like a gradual, and he drops back down to 269, back up. So I mean, it's not like this is a perfect example of a card you can trade with because he fluctuates on a daily basis. There are some other cards that have basically they're just almost not necessarily a straight line. They go up maybe 5, 10K down, 4K up, 3K. That's not enough fluctuation for me to want to trade with that card. Um, so and the other thing I was saying, icons get rare. So for US users like late night, so I'm Central Time, so I look anywhere from like 8 to midnight, so 8 p.m. Central Time to midnight Central Time. Those cards get really rare sometimes, and sometimes you can find an undercut. You can find a deal like maybe that's somebody's listed 20K under. Figure out the tax, and if you can make 5K on it, snag it, flip it overnight because it will rise back up overnight because once K users get up, they're going to be looking for icons for their teams, and chances are you're probably going to sell. Like I said, I've traded with a lot. So I've traded with some of the ones I've traded with the most are Ian Wright, Ryan Giggs, um, Lampard, Pep Guardiola. Those are some of the ones I used a lot. Trade with. And like I said in the guide, flippable icons have multiple buy sell points in any given day. Um, and then I did put together, and I can't really pull it up. But I did put together a spreadsheet. So I basically built. I took the 3, 6, 9. I took about 11 to 15 icons and put together um, a daily um, spreadsheet of their fluctuations. So I basically list their high price and their low price. Um, like for example, the first day that I started doing this, a coach was 350 at his high price, his low was 75. Um, Lampard, day one, 363, low price was 300. I did this for a period of over. I tried to do it over a period of 20 days, but I lost some of the data because Microsoft didn't save the spreadsheet properly. Um, but it gives you a really good idea, and it is a little bit of work, but it's kind of fun at the same time because you learn the prices of the icons, and then you know where you trade with. You know where they're at. So when you look at them, all you have to do is you go to FIFA, pull up Lampard, and then look for his middle icon. Then go through and look at the price, and like basically his low price 300, 290, 300, 297, 305, 10, 308. So you know that if he's listed under basically maybe under 300, under 95, that maybe that's worth snagging because his 7 day high price 365, 350. So if you're getting it under 300 and you know that he sells for let's say 330 on a daily basis, that's a win. But this isn't something you can learn overnight. It took me literally a week, probably a week to 2 to get comfortable where the prices were and what the fluctuations are in the buy and sell time. Um, like I said, I traded with Giggs, Pep, Lampard, Wright, and Trezeguet most, and I had a lot of success. But like I said, I had some, the and I stay away from this card, but I have him on this spreadsheet. Um, Here it is. He was the one I was like, oh, he's 250, but he goes for like 270, 258, I think is what it was. Snagged him for 258. Guess what? Kept going down, and I went off of not knowing, thinking that I was getting a deal, and it wasn't a deal. So I basically had to sell that card for a loss. Pep Guardiola, I bought one night for, I can't remember, 300, somewhere around in there, and he was going for like 320, 325. I'm like, oh yeah, this is easy profit. It was, I kind of got duped into it because he was starting to drop, and he ended up going under two or under 300. So basically, I had to sell that card for probably like a 5 to 8K loss. Hey, I learned my lesson. I moved on. I'm at. We'll go to FIFA here in a minute, but I'm over 1 million coins. Find the icons you're comfortable with, and do the same thing I did. If you have the ability to, you don't necessarily have to build a spreadsheet. Just write down the prices. Get a piece of paper. Write down 5 icons. Write down their high price and their low price. I don't draw lines or however you want to do it. Doesn't matter. And learn their prices, because like I said, this isn't something that you just do. Like, you can't watch this video and go, you know, hey, I'm gonna go trade with Lampard now, and then make profit. Maybe you do, but learn the prices, learn their fluctuations. I'm trying to give you a few of the tools and a little training to get you good, but you have to put in the work to do it. So, I enjoy trading with icons. Um, it took, like I said, it took me a while to learn the fluctuations. So let's go look at another one. We'll look at Pep. That's the other one. The other ones, you know, I've heard a lot of people don't like to use him in game. Like, I mean, he's okay for me. He misses some shots and stuff, but I just kind of deal with it. So yeah, he's not one of the most used, but I'd say, I guess maybe over two. Yeah, he's up like 15K. Holy cow! See, this is like, I have actually haven't been on the icon market in the last, and matter of fact, since Team of the Year. So yeah, something caused his. That's weird. Something caused his card to spike up. Dude, he's up like 60. I mean, Footbin says 15K, but he's up in the last 2 hours. He's up 60K. What? So either he might have gotten super rare. We'll go to FIFA and look at that. But his cards actually. See, this is perfect. Here's a perfect graph of fluctuations in a player in a given day. He goes down to what, 325? He was at 374. So this is basically, you buy for 314, you sell him for 370. Like, this is a perfect overnight flip. He drops back down a little bit, goes back up slightly, drops back down. So you buy at 310, hold. He goes back to 302, goes back up to 328, at 325. And for some reason, he basically stayed stagnant, right? But then he shot up. So, I mean, we'll go back to Thursday. Thursday. But yeah, he ticks up a bit. 335. Okay. This is a perfect card that you want to learn the fluctuations. And if you know he sells at a given time during a certain day for like so say you get him for 300 on bid, know that he'll sell at 335 at some point. List him for 335. He may not sell. That's the other thing. Like, this is part of the do not panic. List the card where you think it's going to sell at. If it doesn't sell right off the bat, just keep listing it. Because what I do is I list it for what I think it's going to sell at, and then I keep checking the lowest price. If I say I'm 2 cards above the lowest price, you know what? Those other 2 cards are going to sell at some point. As long as I don't get undercut, that card will sell. So let's see how we're doing on time here, because I don't want to mouse die. Eh, my mouse died on the other. Okay. Do this. Turn that off and on so you can see that. Um, okay. Nothing like your equipment dying on you in the middle of recording a video. So okay, you get the here, and we'll go. I can see. So let's go to. We'll go search Guardiola. His middle. I'm not gonna put a price in there. Yes. See, that might be a whole. Yeah. So right here, 261. We're gonna add that to the transfer targets. There's literally 4 on the market. And this is where you got to be careful. So as long as I can get him for like, if I could get him for under, so I'm looking to get him under 285 because he's gonna get dropped today because like once weekend league's done, people are gonna start selling. So he's kind of high right now. Um, that's kind of weird. He's underlisted. It shows him as 78, but like there's 5, 3. That's what I'm talking about. So somebody listed this card at 345. So the next person came and you know what? I'm gonna list this guy. I had no clue what he's thinking here. Not gonna sell for 400K. So I guarantee you that one probably won't sell. This one gonna go on bid at some point. Let's go look at Lampard. Middle real 95 to 76, 6. Dude. So we add that to the transfer targets. Trying to remember because like today is a perfect day for bidding, not necessarily like buy it now type stuff. Um, so if I can get either one of those on bid, see how rare they are right now though. Like they get rare late at night, especially during weekend leagues. Kind of like Thursday, Wednesday night into Thursday, Thursday night into Friday, and Friday night into Saturday are probably some of the best times to try to snag. See if you can get them on deals. But like I said, you can trade with them anytime during the week. It doesn't matter. Saturday and Sunday, I'm a little careful with because people are selling off, so there's going to be constant. That's kind of how I lost money on that um, Guardiola and the Pires that I bought the first time on. So that's kind of the basics of icon trading. But and this applies to any icon. It doesn't necessarily. I just did like a mid icon, and I focused specifically on mid icons. This will work with any. This will work with base icons. This will work with um, prime icons. You have to learn the prices. You have to learn the fluctuations. Don't panic, and don't forget the tax. And the and you'll be able to make coins. I'm not going to say it's easy. It's easy when you learn what the buy and sell prices are and all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to end with I always like to you guys know that I do marquee matchups, team of the week, um, and I don't really do like Thursday flipping stuff because I'm not really that good at it. Um, but it's basically the best things to flip like for weekend league or things that are out of packs, inform that link to other players. Um, and if there's SBCs out, list up fodder. So I snagged that Sal for I think like 34K, sold him for 40. The PZ I got for like 28, sold him for 32. So not, it's not huge profit, but it's a little bit. Wijnaldum I got it like sold at 52. This one I just had in my club. I packed them at 11K. And then a lot of this stuff is all just fodder. Um, with some of the upgrade stuff that was out, and then you know, the marquee matchups that came out. So this week, out of all the so I think I had find my list. I think I had like 6 potential matchups. I don't I wrote it down at, but I had like 6 or 7 potential matchups, and out of all those, I think I'd have to go back and look at them. I haven't looked, but I think for 3 of those were I had as 100%, and one was a maybe. I think that's what it was. So I had Sporting, I had Liverpool, Man U, and I forgot what this. I think it was Sevilla, Madrid, maybe. I had those three. Sorry, I'm my camera's not down there. Those three I had as 100%, and then the Adelaide, Melbourne I had as like a 70%, I think, because I wasn't 100% sure they would throw that one in. So we did pretty well. So a lot of this stuff is all stuff I sold during marquee matchups. So any of this stuff you can sell basically on Wednesday into Thursday, especially when it drops. I sold a lot of this stuff when it dropped. I mean, I literally made coins on all this stuff. Like a lot of this stuff I bought for 100 coins, sold for 800. Don't get greedy. I was like, you know what? I just want to make a little profit. I listed a lot of this stuff. I probably got some of these on bid at like 150, 200 coins, sold for 1,000. So I just wanted to show you um, that I do make coins. Most of, generally, hopefully the information I'm giving you is worthwhile, advantageous, and you make coins off of it. So I hope this video has been helpful to you. Follow me on Twitter, Hunter1974 Ghost. Twitch is Ghost Hunter 1974. Discords, I'm Ghost Hunter 1974. Let me know if you want the mid icon trading guide. It is through I did do it on WordPad. Anyway, I have it on WordPad. So it should maybe work. I'm not sure. But let me know if you want the guide. I'll get it to you one way or the other. Um, Also, smash the thumbs up if you like the video. Tomorrow I'll be putting out the marquee matchups for week 19. And then Monday we will have the team of the week predictions. We did horribly this week thanks to EA. There were a lot of cards that just for some reason I had that didn't make it in. So this week wasn't the best, but hey, you know what? We go again next week. Um, so I appreciate you guys checking out the video. I hope you have a great weekend, and we will see you tomorrow on the marquee matchups video. Out.